Hi everyone, this is a very gentle and short stretching routine for the whole body. It's focusing on those areas that can be at risk of getting a little bit tighter during our working day, whether it's because we're sitting a bit more, we're driving on our keyboards, those things that are going against us, unfortunately. Now, it might be that doing the full routine is too much at once for you, so please do stick to just doing a few of the stretches on your first watch rather than overdoing things. Do what feels right for you today. Now, the advice that we get from Public Health England is to take a 1-minute postural break every 20 minutes and a 5-minute screen break every hour. So that might be a walk away from your desk. I wonder how many of us actually do this. I'd like to make it a more normal part of your day. So the biggest thing to take from this short session is to remember perhaps 1 or 2 of the stretches that you can work into your minute-long postural breaks, and hopefully it will soon become a habit. Okay, so I'd like you to get started by coming forwards from your chair so that your back isn't supported by the breast. And we're going to work on the neck first, so ear to shoulder first of all. This isn't shoulder to ear, this is ear to shoulder. Should feel it all along here. And other way now, ear to opposite shoulder. Now it's very common for us to not be symmetrical. We might have a bit more range of movement one way than the other. And opposite direction again. And this could be because of how you sleep, lots of different reasons. If you feel comfortable, I'm going to add a little over pressure now. So just lightly adding a little bit of extra pressure on your head to exaggerate that stretch. And last one, the other side. Adding a little bit of pressure if you feel comfortable. Very nice, okay. And a really important one for our shoulders now is activating the muscles between our shoulder blades. So we're going to start by dropping our shoulders down and then pulling them back. You might hear some clicks. I just did. That's completely normal. It's because we're mobilising things that perhaps have got a bit stiff. And then relax. And again, so dropping the shoulders down and then squeezing them back. It's a very small movement, but you should feel a little bit just here, perhaps across your chest as well. And relax. And again, so down, back, and squeeze. This is called shoulder retraction. Good, and stop there. Okay, now we're going to have our elbows at a 90-degree angle. We're going to bring them up to about shoulder height or wherever is comfortable for you. And then pull back on your hands. That's it. This is a really good one for opening up your chest and your shoulders. It combats the sitting slumped position that we can often fall in. Good. And then holding back there, so we're really squeezing back on those hands and pulling back the elbows. When you feel like you've got the technique of that, we're going to add a twist. Try not to hold your breath doing these. And twist. And again, it might be that you have your arms down here and that's more comfortable. Keep going. Twist. Try and keep your head looking in the direction that you're twisting, which might be hard when you've got a screen in front of you. Good, and relax there. Another one for the middle back now, the thoracic spine. So we're going to slump forwards, drop your head, slump your shoulders and upper back. And then coming out of that posture, opposite movement. Imagine you've got a piece of string, bringing your chest upright. So it's a bit of an arch here that you're getting. And again, opposite movement, slumping forwards. And coming out of that, chest up. This is your sternum, bring your sternum up. Excellent. Okay, now a little bit more for the mid and lower body now. This is a side bend. So you're going to place your hand down to one side and bend down. Good, and opposite way now. See if you can get close to touching the floor. Some people have more range of movement than others. Good, and you can do a few while you're holding on to your chair. It might enable you to get a bit further. But it's also good to do a few without holding on, so that you use your stomach and your core muscles to bring yourself back up. Couple more. Hold it there. Should feel a nice stretch around your hips and your back. Last on the other side. Very good. Another one for the lower back is bending forwards now. So start with your hands on your knees. Slide them forwards. I'm going to come at a different angle. See if you can come down to touch your toes. Good. Keep going. Keep holding it there. You might be at your knee level. You might be at your shin level. You might be touching the floor. And you might feel it in your lower back, you might feel it a bit in the front of your hips. But we're going into that lumbar flexion movement. And then coming out of it. One more. Touching forwards. And coming out of it. Good, and now another one of the muscle group that can get quite tight is our hamstrings. So hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. I'm going to place my heel on the floor, bring my toes up. So my leg's up off the floor at the moment, but it's going to come down and touch the floor, toes pointing up. Now I'm going to reach and bend forwards. Towards that toe that's pointing up. And I can feel it in my hamstrings, because mine are a bit tight, even when I just go like this. See if you can just stretch that a little bit further. And back up, and we'll swap legs. So opposite leg now, heel on the floor, toes pointing up. Keep your knee as straight as possible. But there will be a little bend because of the chairs we're on. And stretching forwards towards your toe that's pointing up. Let's go one more each side. Again, you might feel that one side is a lot tighter than the other, and that's normal. Last one. Toes pointing up.